Oh, Strong Black Superchemist. We're at part 3, CRT, critical race theory. So now, okay, now that we know what the philosophy, the ideology, the beliefs are of the communist, right? Of the CRT, the DEI person, whatever. This is their Bible, right? CRT. You can see that they're all these activists. You can see their Bible says that everything is intertwined with this racism, and it's oppressing black people, for God's sakes. What's wrong with you? Why do you hate black people? And that there's nothing you can do about it. It's so intertwined, you can't fix it. Okay, you have to destroy it, and there's only one way you can get into the fair communist society. You must destroy everything, all the way down to the way people think and talk, right? And if you're not actively doing that, destroying the entire world or your country, then you are an enemy, and you need to be, canceled or destroyed, dismantled and destroyed. Now that you know their ideology, what they believe, what these activists, what these CRT, BLM, all these people, because BLM was created by 3 communists, lifelong self-proclaimed communists who spent their entire life fighting for communism. BLM is about communism. Okay, if you're racist and you look at their skin and you're like, oh, they're black, so it must be about black people, then you can be a racist all you want. I'm not. I'm gonna do the content of their character and then judge them. I'm not gonna do the color of their skin and judge them. Okay, I know that makes me a racist. Somehow, I don't know how, but so now that you know this information, now you can stop asking those stupid ass questions. I'm so tired of hearing humans. Humans are so stupid. Why do they got an open border? Why this? Why that? How about this? Why is everything about racism, even when it has nothing to do with their racism? They can all be white or they can all be black, talking about a subject that has nothing to do with skin color, yet racism is brought in. Why is that? Well, because their ideology, as we know, everything is intertwined in society, down to the way we think and talk, and it's all oppression, brainwashing, and racism. That's why, because that's their belief, okay, their religion. The CRT's woke is the religion. Their Bible is the CRT. Why is everyone evil and a Nazi that disagrees with them? Why? Well, what did we learn in their ideology? That means that you are part, if you disagree with them, then you are part of the cultural hegemony, which means by definition you have been brainwashed. And you have been brainwashed to be evil. And therefore you must be dismantled and destroyed, or in today's words, canceled. Why must they dismantle and destroy everything in society, even down to the way they even want to change the way we talk and think, man? Well, it's their duty. Remember? It's their duty. This is a humanitarian thing. Black people are being murdered by the millions every day. Okay? Millions of people are dying in capitalist society every day. That's what they're told. Thousands of blacks are being murdered by cops every second. Every second. Every second, 1 million black people are murdered by cops. Yeah, that's what they basically tell them, that kind of stuff. Well, what do you think they're going to do, man? You are literally killing black people with this society. You got to destroy it. Obviously, you're bad, you're evil. Why would they kill and die for their cause? Why does Lincoln Riley and all these citizens that are being murdered and raped and, tortured, set on fire, why don't they care about them people? Why do they look at them like almost with disdain? Because compared to the millions of black people, the millions of trans people that, that are going to die, if this society remains a capitalist society, we got to change it into a communist society. There's only one way to do that. You got to destroy everything. It's the only way to get step 2, where you actually build back better with a fair communist society. You want to say What's gender theory? Because they have critical gender theory. It's basically they took the same thing that the critical race theory book did, and the same thing that the critical legal studies book, and they copied them two books just like CRT copied critical legal studies book. Okay, but they changed. The critical legal it started out in the critical legal studies that oppressed worker, oppressor, business owner. Then it went from oppressed black person, oppressor white person. Gender critical thing. All they did was change those two words, and now it's the straight people or whatever, or everybody else is the oppressor, and the oppressed is the gender dysphoric person. You know what I mean? But all the ideology is the same thing. That's why they want to destroy everything. You're always looking at them like, why are they being so crazy? They're not being crazy. They're just brainwashed. They're brainwashed to think that they have to do this, or millions of people are going to die from this horrible capitalist society that we live in. Don't you know the matriarchy lines up women, like thousands of them every day, and shoots them in the head? Black people, the cops just keep murdering them left and right. Oh my, it's just, we got to stop this. At any cost. Even if thousands die, we're going to save millions in the long run. So open the border up. Do this, do that. Have no punishment for crimes. Because we want. Why are they doing that? I don't understand. Because they want to destroy the society. They have to. It's a job. Why do they want to open up the prisons and have no cops? They want to do that because they can't get to step 2. They're evil if they don't want to be in a communist society. Because millions of people are dying in capitalist societies. Black people, trans, all of them, everyone's dying. They're lining up women, boy, patriarchy. Oh my God, you got to get rid of this. I'm actually complicit with millions of murders if I don't try to destroy everything in society. Okay, I actually have a lot of time left here. There was a lot of more stuff I wanted to say. I mean, one more thing that would have taken me 5 more minutes to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. But CRT is just communism. The author says it's communism. The book says it's communism. They all say that it's basically, they're all admitting there's 3 parts to this book. Marxist communist, part 2, critical legal studies, and then part 3, critical race theory. They're communist books, communist ideology that tell you, and I want you, that was what it was. I want you to notice, that's why I'm bringing up these books, because I'm going to talk about what communism is in the next video, but then I'm going to go into something else, because I want you to realize this motif that we have here. What was the motif? That all these things want, all these ideologies, they always want to destroy society, okay? Because like when I get into female supremacy, what does everyone call that? Feminism. When I get into that, the 4 main things of feminism, like the main goals, like the foundation of what they're, like Christianity is, you got to believe in Jesus, and you got to be a good person, or whatever. That's the foundation of being a Christian. What's the foundation of being a feminist? You must destroy the patriarchy, and everything in society has the patriarchy intertwined in it. So all of society has to be destroyed. Okay? The family unit should be destroyed because it's patriarchal. Something else should be destroyed too. The church. Christianity. Christianity must be destroyed. And also, really all religions, except for the matriarch religions where the God is female. And the 4th thing is not destroying, it's creating a matriarchy. But I want you to see this similar motif, that all these ideologies, all these groups have the same ideology. It's kind of different, like feminism isn't really communism, but yeah, it kind of is. Has a lot. It's like Nazism and communism. They all lead to the same thing. You got a bunch of people a little bit of people at top that have everything and all the rights, and then you got the whole population down below living below the ground with no rights and poor. It's all the same thing. It's all, you know. But all of these ideologies that I'm going to tell you about that we have today, all of them, destroy everything. Destroy everything. And the other motif, because this all goes in with their plan. Okay, the deep state, when I get into their full plan, right, which is going to be soon, their plan involves destroying. Well, their plan always was destroying the, you know, society. That's what they would crash the market every decade. For how many decades? Ever since they created the Federal Reserve Bank, that's how they do. Every decade or 2 decades, because they have control of the money supply, they destroy everything in society so they can come in and buy it for pennies and a dollar, and then flood the market with money again, and then everything goes up to, you know, their $100,000 place they bought for $1. They flood the market with money. Now it's back up to $100,000. Yeah. So they've always been destroying that. But this 100-year plan that they have, they've added something in. They want to destroy the family unit. Okay, that's why that's why they're creating this trans religion, this woke religion. Okay, it's all geared with destroying the family unit. You know, communism. You have to destroy everything in society, even down to the way they think and talk. That includes your family unit. They want to destroy your family unit. That's why all communist societies, they always try to get your kids off of you, and the government has more control than the parents, because they want to destroy the society. The family unit. What does feminism want? Well, we already know one of the the foundation of what they're built on was destroy the family unit. How does it, I looked up a public school in New Jersey had like 777 kids, right? 778. Only 15 were straight. Just normal, non-trans kids. So out of 777, all but 15 were trans, gay. That's not brainwashing, man. That's not destroying society. That's not destroying the family unit. If no one thinks they're hetero, what happens to the family unit? It disintegrates. It ends. Yeah. See, this is the ultimate division. Okay? The ultimate division is once they divide your family, once they destroy the family unit. Because then you have nothing to fight for. You have nothing, like when you have kids, you care about society more because you don't want to die and leave them a Nazi, Hitler-run world, right? But if you don't have kids, you just care about now and you just care about here. That's what this new religion teaches. It's all about what you feel. It's not about, you don't have to have any integrity. You don't have to have any honor. What you have to care about is your happiness and only your happiness. That kills families, because families are based on you caring about them more than you. You got kids and someone starts shooting bullets. I'm going to jump in front of my kids. But in today's world, these people don't leave their families. All they care about is their own happiness. They don't care about family. That's why there's really only one religion that's based solely, the foundation of the religion is family. And that's the Pastafarian religion. Because Christian Jews, that religion is based on subservient to God, to worshiping God. There's the Pastafarian religion, we don't believe in that. God doesn't want you to worship Him. The way you worship God in a Pastafarian world is by going out and helping someone. Like if I go out and I see some homeless guy and I stop and give him a value meal I got at McDonald's. That's how I worship as a Pastafarian. How do Christians worship? They get on their knees and they pray and they help no one. That's how their pretend God tells them how to worship. That's the wrong way to worship. That's the devil ways of worship.